Why is coping portrayed as bad nowadays? Like many teens, I fell into the trap of self-improvement, which ultimately resulted in feeling miserable every day. Coping was always portrayed as bad and made fun of, but recently I started coping so much that some would say that I am delusional. Don't get me wrong, I still, brackets, try to improve every day. It makes me live easier even when nothing changes. Why is it portrayed as bad? Then why is portrayed as bad then if it is very effective?
Hmm.
Um, that last bit's
I
worded
think
weirdly.
I think it depends on how they're coping.
Mm.
I
Right.
suppose. Like, there's because I've gone to like actual therapy sessions because I'm
Same.
strange and odd.
Same.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Therapy is
therapy
normal,
brothers, let's
guys.
go.
Therapy is normal, guys. You guys should totally do it. It's
Therapy is
awesome.
so normal. Very good for
But
you.
like, there are bad coping skills and good coping skills.
True.
Very
So
much
it
so.
depends on how they're coping. Coping
From
in
the
itself isn't bad, you know?
from the fact that they've said delusional, they
Oh yeah.
might be similar to me with staying positive, trying to hype yourself up, and maybe even like delusional attachments are involved.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like
Any example you'd like to
um
share on that?
well, with delusional attachments, I like there's some people who are full on like if you reality check them, it could affect them negatively. Like I've seen someone who like that character is them, that is their it's not just their whole personality, it's also their like they think they are that character pretty much, and
Ah,
because I'm not in their head, I can't tell you if they actually believe that or not, but most people do. I think that's the definition of a delusional attachment.
Hmm.
But for me, if I'm upset, I'll be like, I'm this character now. I want to act cute, and I want to act blah blah blah, I want to be sweet, blah blah blah, like, you know, it
mm,
just helps me through a bad moment sometimes.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Now you mentioned that there is coping and there is just being stagnant. How do you guys
Mm.
think about like what are the lines for that?
Well, I guess, like,
You guys.
stagnant would be kind of just like, I don't know, just sitting there, letting things happen and not, like, taking a moment to, like, for yourself to deal with it in any possible way and just let it keep going. I think that's what that means, basically. I'm not
Bed rotting.
100% sure.
For me
Bed rotting.
personally, okay, go first.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Um, I don't really have many like coping skills, good or bad. I think, which is probably bad. I definitely need the better ones. But I don't like to just sitting still and letting like bad things affect you, like full force, is pretty bad for your mental health. I would say,
Mm.
you know. So I mean, coping mechanisms are good to have, as long as they're also healthy for you, I think.
Someone in my chat just said, and this stream is brought to you by today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Do not go to BetterHelp. They do not have trained psychiatrists in there like they say they do. It's actually not a very good.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
Mm,
Oh god.
All
that
right,
is funny.
Snail, I'm sorry. I want to pick your brain a little bit. You said that you need better coping mechanism. What do you think those are? Like,
Yeah,
if you don't mind
what is
sharing.
your current coping
Well,
mechanism, and then what would be a better
yeah,
one in your opinion?
a better one. Well, I guess it depends because I don't really. I'm bad at taking care of myself, you know? And I think I should
You wouldn't be
probably.
a VTuber if that was the case.
I think I need to. I don't know. I can't remember because, like, in therapy and stuff, therapists will talk to you about what some good coping skills are to have and what bad ones are to have. and I don't remember what they are. I completely forgot, and I just don't really have any. So I kind of just like go through life bumping on all the rocks and just kind of, I don't know.
I see.
Yeah, it could be better.
It's okay. We believe in you.
Coping mechanisms take many shapes as well. So,
True.
Yeah.
and different things work for different people. Like, meditation will work for some people and it won't work for a lot of others.
Yeah.
A lot of-
I can't
lot
do
of
meditation because I
places.
can't
Yeah, exactly.
I
I can't
can't-
do meditation.
I can't sit still
To be honest, yeah.
with my thoughts for that long.
Like if
I
I
can't do
sit still and
meditation.
meditate, I'll end up thinking about other things. If I lie down, I'll end up sleeping. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So meditations only worked for me here then.
I mean,
Cool.
hey, that's good that they do work for you.
I before I even like looked into meditation, I was already doing a technique to basically just get to sleep.
Oh.
Mm.
Is it like breathing
Sure.
technique or something?
It was like a full body shutdown kind of thing. So,
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know about other people, but I'm very conscious of all my muscles and all my extremities, and like I can, quote unquote, like localize feeling
Oh.
in a specific part.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like I would push all my feeling down to my toes and like picture like a syringe drawing up water or like something else and like draw that feeling. It's like warm and tingly and I draw it all the way up through my body and it's how I would relax when I couldn't get to sleep sometimes.
That's cool.
Oh, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, and I believe something similar. If any of you have watched Midnight Gospel,
What's that?
in the last, it's a Netflix show, but
Oh.
it's done by a podcaster and animated by the guy who did Adventure Time, I believe.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So the animation is insane, and the audio is different interviews with different people, and the visuals don't really link up very well. So you get this like normal conversation, and while it's happening in the like you're watching like this guy go on like a I think there's one where the first episode is he's on a zombie he's with a zombie apocalypse and he's fighting with like the president, and the president is like this guy. It's really funny.
What?
Yeah, and he like nearly dies at the end of the episode before he gets like beamed up back to his like house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he like goes to these different worlds. I highly recommend it, but this is like a spoiler-ish, but like it's kind of good to know before you go into it because it impacts you so much deeper.
Mhm.
But the final episode is an interview with the person's mother. So the interview was recorded a week before she passed.
Oh.
Oh.
And it's an interview about like accepting death and accepting grief and moving on and stuff like that. And while this is happening, there's it's very strange, but it's very prolific. The animation is going through like she grows old, he's a baby and she's the mom, and like they're both going through the cycles of growing up, and then she dies and then he gets pregnant, don't ask, and then he gives birth and the baby is her. It's like really crazy visuals while this interview is happening. And there's a part in it where she like says like push all your feeling into your hand, and then he's like it's like warm and tingly, and that's kind of like the moment where I realized that this is a meditation thing that I'm doing. So it's a very beautiful show, and I highly recommend it to people who want to think a little more about anything really, because there's like There's a guy in there who's into Gnosticism. There's a guy in there talking about, I think the first episode's just about like drugs and like legalization, like that. It's a very profound topic, and it's just really good. Highly recommend it.
I'll check it out. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Very good for people who want to think about life.
Oh. Yeah, I should check
I
about
already
that.
do that.
Yeah, involuntarily.
Uh,
I guess for me, my the bad coping mechanism I end up doing, I would say, yeah, I'll be candid here. Cause I used to have a worse relationship with my parents, and then I end up acting like I'm the victim. You know, it kept me going in a way that, how do I say this? Yeah, like, you know, I mean, it's not my fault that I'm this kind of person, because, you know, growing up, I didn't have like my emotional needs fulfilled and stuff. I mean, like, through therapy, of course, I got better, but at the same time, I guess that's one of the major example of bad coping mechanism, I would say. Yes. Something like
I
that.
remember when I was in high school, I didn't have great coping mechanisms because I didn't know how to handle my emotions. So I always got really angry and violent, not towards people, obviously, but like I'd throw a pillow around and like punch it and shit like that. But I was a very angry person in high school, and I just didn't know how to handle it because I didn't know at the time, but I had like a friend at the time who would trauma dump on me, and then I would get emotional and I wouldn't know how to handle that, so I'd get angry and blah 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 blah. It was like a whole mess, and I'm past that now, which is fucking fantastic. And I don't get angry as much, which is nice. But I would say the lashing out and the violent tendencies is probably my bad coping mechanism from back in the day.
I wonder if it's something like, I don't know, for me, anger shows, like, I show my pain through anger. So it's like, I feel like, oh, why is everyone against me? Then I get angry. Did it, like, go that way for you, or?
I guess it went more like, not necessarily everyone's against me, but a, like, why is this happening to me kind of thing. Like, why would you choose me? Why are you coming to me? Or like, I won the genetic lottery of getting all of the disabilities in my family. So so again, I had a moment of why is this happening to me, but then I kind of went, well, that's just how life is, and I'll take it as it comes. Because I realized my mom started blaming herself because I was outwardly saying, why is this happening to me? And she'd be like, it's my fault because these are my genes. But no, that's not my mom's fault. It's just how genes work.
Yeah.
Science. Sometimes it sucks.
I loved biology in high school, but only in like the study of genes and stuff like that.
Science is painful sometimes.
It is painful sometimes. Tell that to my bones.
I know,
Tell that to my
right?
bones too, please.
Yeah.
Oof.
So I guess, like, I wonder if coping mechanism also connects with inner child. I know Moss is familiar with that concept. What do you think, Neil?
I suppose so. I guess I technically do have one bad coping mechanism that I still kind of have currently. Because, like, as a kid, my young childhood, not great. So, like, throughout my very young childhood, I would kind of just stop talking. I didn't talk for, like, I didn't speak. Yeah, basically. I didn't speak for, it was, well, actually, it's, oh god, what's it called? I can't remember.
Selective mutism?
Selective mutism, yeah. and for like a really long time, I just didn't talk. And nowadays, I still kind of have that, except it's more like on a bigger scale where I kind of just shut down, you know? I don't feel like getting up, and I just kind of lay there and think to myself for a while without talking to anyone. Yeah.
No, fair enough. That the selective mutism. I haven't gone selectively mute, but I've gone non-verbal occasionally, just from like being overwhelmed in a loud environment and stuff like that. Autism, yippee!
Yay! Yippee! I don't know if I have that, but I might. I have no idea.
I feel like you do.
Diagnosed by Moss.
Yep. No. Don't rely on people to diagnose you. Always do your research, people. Always do your research. I'm streaming. I have to put a good face on.
Yeah, if you all have like the resources to get diagnosed by professionals, it will be better as well. So yeah, don't go to BetterHelp. I'm sorry.
Don't go to BetterHelp. They won't help.
No. They also, I don't think, can diagnose you.
Yeah, I don't think they're licensed for that.
No. They're not licensed.
I don't think so.
Be a therapist either, but they do that anyway.
Yeah. I tried to get diagnosed in like early middle school, and they just said, I don't know.
What do you mean? I don't know.
It's your AFAB.
Like, what do you mean?
Your AFAB.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh no.
The typical autism diagnosis, like the traits they look for, are traits found in young boys, young AMAB. So if you're not, like, the test still includes like, how do you brush your teeth? And like they expect you to go through like a explain it to an alien. So if you yeah, that's a tip. If you explain it like you're explaining to someone who has no idea what teeth are, no idea what a toothbrush is, that's how you get the autism diagnosis. You rant for an hour. Just make it as long as possible. You're writing an English essay now.
Because like during that whole like testing thing, they just kept asking me questions that I thought were really dumb because they're like, you know the answer.
Yeah,
you're older than me.
They're all really, really dumb questions, but
I know.
Targeted for they're questions for a little boy.
Yeah,
questions.
And I was like, I was a middle schooler, so
yeah,
I was a middle schooler. I'm a little bit more mentally developed than that, bro.
Wait,
you just explain mouth stones.
I know it's
I just start talking about stars, and they'll be like, "Oh, yep, never mind."
For autism, there are spectrums, right?
Yeah.
Right. And there's the high functioning and the non-high functioning one?
Yeah, there's high functioning and low functioning is kind of an outdated term now. It depends who you ask, really. Because my psychologist called me high functioning. But it's a spectrum. Like, I still have my social skills. I'm really good at socializing, obviously.
Yes.
But there's certain things like food and driving I can't get my head around at all. Certain topics where I'm like, give me more of this, let me inject this shit into my bloodstream. Like, bro, if you could inject Minecraft, oh baby. But yeah, driving is very scary.
Driving is very scary.
Oh
it is.
I hate driving.
I'm still getting my license and I haven't gotten it yet.
I have my learner's license. I have my learner's license and I use it to buy alcohol as ID because that is all I need it for. And as soon as it runs out this year, I'm getting a photo card because
I literally just use it for legal documents. I don't drive.
Do not put me in the driver's seat.
I drive my feet.
I'm not fully trained.
I can't.
Left, right.
I would rather walk. I don't think I'm good on like any moving vehicle, actually.
Even
Car,
bicycle?
Bike.
Do
I can't.
I probably do a bike.
I've I tried to learn how to bike as a child, and I got way too scared, so I stopped learning how to ride a bike.
Ah.
I think it's
so
because I
sad.
fell over too many times.
Oh.
I'm not very steady.
Oh, my. It'll review in a second.
All right. Shall we move to the next question?
Yeah, we kind of went rambling
I
there.
think we should do. We should list one good coping mechanism we all have, because we talk about bad ones we have.
Ah, true. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah. Okay.
I
Um.
don't know. I
Okay,
suppose I have like there's some things I guess I can consider them good because they comfort me without like hurting me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's
whenever
one.
I suppose I guess it's like a coping mechanism. I'm not sure, like a stress coping mechanism, but like
now.
hold on. Whenever I'm really stressed out, I just kind of have to like I brush my knuckles against each other. It makes me feel more like comforted. Yeah.
I believe that's called stimming now.
Oh, never mind then.
I mean, if it works, it
Stimming
works, no?
is-
It
Yeah,
does work, I
Stimming
think.
is a really good way to regulate nerves. It's a system thing.
I think everyone should try it. Everyone
Sort
should
of
try
the
to stim.
elbow.
Okay, so there's something called tapping. The it looks kind of stupid. And I've seen it done for like fucking new age self-help bullshit. But
Mm-hmm.
it does work in some cases. But it's like that thing where you tap your cheekbone a bunch of times and you say something, and you tap your forehead a bunch of times and you say something. Like, it's kind of dumb looking, but another way to do it, which I actually find this really interesting, is if you grab the tip of your finger and you give it a little wiggle. Like, you pinch your nail and like underneath your finger, and you give a little wiggle.
I'm doing it right now.
Ugh,
I'm
I don't
trying
like
it
it.
out right now.
It feels good to me. I love it.
I don't like it. I don't
You
like
give
it.
a little wiggle. Fair enough, but pinching your nail beds like that is it's like fucking linked to your brain. It's like it's like a really weird thing that helps you process your
I think-
emotions. So
I think it makes sense though, because when I was younger, I used to be diagnosed with glaucoma. I don't know if y'all know, but it's an eye disease. Basically, usually people only get it after 60-year-old or something, but I got it at 12.
oh jeez.
Yeah, and like basically there is like this fluid in your eyeballs that shouldn't accumulate, but mine accumulated, and then it actually pressurized the eyeball. And like if the pressure got bigger and bigger, you know, it might implode. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but then I guess because it's new, because I was still young, right? Maybe the fluid was kind of bad back then, but as I grow, it got better. So I think as of 2020, my ophthalmologist said that, oh, you don't have it anymore. Then I'm like, okay, cool. But then back then, she recommended me a lot of like physical, so-called therapy. So basically, there's like the playing piano on your face, like around your forehead and stuff. Because one thing that is important when you have glaucoma is that you cannot have stress, because it adds pressure physically too, right? So yeah, there is that, and there's the one that you just told us, the whole like finger, like you hold it and stuff. Yeah,
Nail beds. It's I think I might have the document in the drawer behind me. Hold on. I'm getting my therapist notes, guys.
because yeah, sometimes when you stress, it's like you're not in your body anymore. So small movements like that actually like help you to remind yourself that, oh, you're here, you're present, you're fine.
Nails.
So yes, therapy notes time.
All right. Yeah, here we go. So this is about this page is about coping with physical pain. So basically, if you determine the stress level, you're like, okay, on a scale of like 10 being the highest, 0 being the smallest, you determine, okay, if you're having a panic attack, that could be like a 9, 8 or 9. You're pretty stressed. You're really like not having a great time. It's you basically set up the motion. You go, you make a movement with your hand, like up and down. You're like basically acknowledging the fact that you are having not a great time. You're like, I'm not okay. I'm having a panic attack, and I accept that I'm having a panic attack. Pretty much. Yes. So it's about like acknowledging it. Here we go. It's got the fucking tapping thing. So it's about you tap. It says here about 7 times on these points. So it's below your eye, the bone, like your eyebrow bone, like the inner corner of your eyebrow, your temple, above your lip and below your lip, and then your like where your collarbone bends, pretty much.
That's so.
And then
that's so similar to the therapy paper I had for from the ophthalmologist.
Yeah, so it's tapping. So before it was considered an experimental psychological like therapy, but now it's been tested and approved to be used in every psychologist's office if the situation calls for it. So yeah, but the one on the fingertips is basically a more discreet way of doing it. But if you acknowledge like the same kind of thing, it's acknowledging and accepting your big issue. Like at some point this year, I am going to have to go into surgery for my spine, and that scares me. That's a scary thing to do. Like, holy shit, that's a big operation.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm feeling stressed about it, giving my fingies a little wriggle helps me accept that this is something that has to happen. And it's more of a, like, even if it feels like it doesn't help in the moment, when the moment you're stressed about eventually arrives, you will usually be calmer if you do this.
I should try that. I get nervous easily, so yeah. And I think another coping mechanism that I have learned over the years is labeling. I call it labeling. Actually, it's my husband who brought it up first. So basically, sometimes, let's say when I used to really dislike talking to my parents. Then, because it just made me feel uncomfortable, but I just settle with that. I just feel uncomfortable and that's it. Like, I don't identify what is that. And that's why, like, my emotions go awry and I don't know why. And, like, you know, another thing that he taught me is, like, if I have a thought or emotion and I ask myself why, never accept the answer I don't know. Yeah, so, like, I label or, like, whatever their behavior or whatever my behavior that I don't like, I label it. And since then, it's easier to stay calm, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
be
you
like,
benefit
yeah.
from identifying the emotion.
yeah, like you identify the emotion and, like, you know. So I realized that when I jump, that means I don't stop myself and label first, you know.
Yeah, okay. When you jump to the conclusions and that.
Yeah. And there if or like jumping into anger, like if I immediately get agitated, that means I don't process it well. At least I know that
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, I struggle with identifying my emotions properly, so
Yeah, sometimes writing a journal and, like, really just vent and ask, but then you must answer why. Yeah. It helps most of the time. Because sometimes anger does come very fast. So yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else?
I think we're good. I mean,
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
generally getting a hobby and investing yourself in something that's
Oh yeah,
easy and
Yeah. Something that
accessible is
makes you feel
also
good.
that's
very
streaming
good,
for
yeah.
me.
Well, that's drawing and writing for me.
I don't know what that is for me. I just...
You
Snail.
figure it out, Snail.
Yeah,
Oh,
figure it
on
I'll
out.
get it.
We're
I'll
on
figure it
different
out.
journeys.
I mean, I'm taking care of plants. I like that, so that might be
Oh.
it.
That might be it.
Yeah.
I'm bad
That's
at
probably
plants.
it.
I'm bad
I
at
am
picking.
too.
I got the kind of plant that don't die, so it's fine.
Nice.
Artificial plant.
Is it a succulent?
No, not that kind.
You have a succulent?
No, it's devil's ivy.
Ooh.
That's what it's called. And it does.
That's-
It just hasn't died. I've had it for like several years, and it hasn't quit on me. So I think
Wow.
I'm doing
amazing.
okay.
Usually
Yeah.
succulents are like your beginner friendly, easy one to grow. I had a succulent in my room at my old house.
Mm.
Somehow I drowned it and then burnt it alive.
What?
What? No.
What the heck? That's not healthy coping mechanism, Moss.
In the same day.
Audrey, too, don't listen to the Audrey, please.
In the same day.
No.
Excuse me. All right.
The same day?
That's how it
What did
died.
you do to it?
I
Oh
gave
my
it too much
God.
water and then I tried to put it in the sun to dry it, dry it out a little
Oh my
bit.
gosh.
And then it just fucking roasted it.
Oh no.
That's totally something I would do though. To be very honest, yeah. We treat plants like clothes.
No. The biggest problem my planets have to worry about is just not getting enough sunlight. Okay, they're living a good life indoors.
That's good. I'm glad. Don't give me the plants.
Noted. They're mine forever. No one else can touch them.
Very good. Don't give them to me.
All right. I'm gonna next post